At morning prayer this morning we shared a reading from Henri Nouwen, an extract from his book Out of Solitude, which seems appropriate in the light of everyone now spending a little bit more time in solitude than they're perhaps used to. Henri Nouwen writes this: "To live a Christian life means to live in the world without being of it. It is in solitude that this inner freedom can grow. Jesus went to a lonely place to pray, that is, to grow in the awareness that all the power he had was given to him, that all the words he spoke came from his Father, and that all the works he did were not really his, but the works of the one who had sent him. In the lonely place, Jesus was made free to fail. A life without a lonely place, that is, a life without a quiet centre, easily becomes destructive. When we cling to the results of our actions as our only way of self-identification, then we become possessive and defensive and tend to look at our fellow human beings more as enemies to be kept at a distance than as friends with whom we share the gifts of life. In solitude, we can slowly unmask the illusion of our own possessiveness and discover in the centre of our own self that we are not what we can conquer, but what is given to us. In solitude, we can listen to the voice of him who spoke to us before we could speak a word, who healed us before we could make any gesture to help, who set us free long before we could free others, who loved us long before we could give love to anyone. It is in this solitude that we discover that being is more important than having, and that we are worth more than the result of our efforts. In solitude, we discover that our life is not a possession to be defended, but a gift to be shared. It's there we recognise that the healing words we speak are not just our own, but are given to us, that the love we can express is part of a greater love, and that the new life we bring forth is not a property to cling to, but a gift to be received.